Welcome on in for some more luxury cardboard. Pokemon is at a crossroads, and today we're going to talk about it. So, I noticed some similarities, and I just wanted to point them out and bring them to your guys' attention and see what you had to say, or if you had any special thoughts about this correlation that I found. So, as a Magic the Gathering player primarily, as you may have seen on our giveaway, we like some Magic the Gathering. I noticed a really strange correlation. So, when waiting in line to get product, or just talking to people on X, or in the comments section, I noticed that Pokemon Pocket is extremely popular. And I remember back in 2020 when Magic was reaching all-time highs, Reserve List was crazy. Obviously, there were some quote-unquote black swan events or catalysts that ultimately influenced the Magic the Gathering market with Magic 30, as well as just some other events that occurred with some playabilities in the format, as well as the Modern Horizons printing 1, 2, and 3. There was really a shakeup. Then we did switch to standard play as the Pro Tour. I think it actually had been, but again, we did see the modern Pro Tour take effect here over the last few years. So I think that, another Mega Gardevoir. That one's really nice too. Very nice. Let's leave that up. So let me get to my point, because we only have so many packs before I'm just talking to you, which maybe you like, maybe you don't like. So, when Arena came out, it served as a really big catalyst for Magic the Gathering. And we saw cards, fetch lands, stuff like that, even in print cards, stay super high priced. And there's some debate as to what that, catalyst or reason was. But one of the big things that I always thought was, hey, there's so many more people playing the game now than ever before because they have access to Arena. Now, there was always Magic Online. And Magic Online is pretty much the equivalent of like Pokemon Live, right? When I give you these code cards, you can go play your Pokemon Live game. Pokemon Pocket is pretty much a streamlined version of Pokemon Online. So I'm going to link a video down in the description below, and you can go check it out. But it's essentially like a shell of this game right here, right? Now, Pokemon Online is actually the game. Pocket is a shell of online. Now, same thing happened with Magic the Gathering. You had Arena come out, which essentially was a streamlined version of Magic the Gathering Online. So, I'm not saying that there's maybe a correlation here, but let me break this open and I'll explain the rest. Alright, I lied. We just had to get some green tea with the little cubed ice, the best type of ice. Okay, we'll open this on camera because we need all the runway we can to get into this. So, what I saw was a lot of demand for very playable Magic cards, because once you break the seal, right? It's pretty much you're all in, kind of like Pokemon collecting. Now, the difference here is that Magic was able to sustain itself for several years, actually all formats, from standard all the way up to, all the way down, I should say, to like vintage, legacy type of formats. And the reason for that is because Wizards strategically printed cards all the way through. Now, you can argue with me that Pokemon's collector base is much more important and influential than the collector base in Magic the Gathering, but the demand and top line numbers rather, both frankly, are extremely important to these corporations when they're looking at how they should proceed for the following year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the line, right? So Magic said, hey, Wizards said, hey, Hasbro said, hey, we're going to go this direction. We're going to use Post Malone. We're going to use celebrity clout. We're going to and it turned into Universes Beyond, right? Which has been great for Magic the Gathering, and I've bought less Magic the Gathering over the last 3 years than I've bought in probably my entire life. Any 3-year cycle I've lived in my life. So that should tell you something. That being said, I do love the product. I do love the cards. I do find Magic to be a one-of-a-kind game. So I'm not going to, like, bash on it. That being said, I do feel the commercialized direction of the game. Like, it used to kind of feel like Dungeons and Dragons. And now it feels like I'm not even going to say what I was about to say. It's just something not nice. It doesn't feel as cool, is all I'm going to say. So, here's where I'm going with this. Hey, look at that first pack. IR, we'll take it. I do want people to heed and have caution, because I made a comment to one of my friends earlier today. He's gotten very into Pokemon. He's probably spent several $1,000s. And I told him, I said, buddy, you have to be ready for all this stuff to lose 80% of its value. And I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not trying to be a fear monger or anything like that. But when I say I don't think people know what they're doing, I think you have to be really cognizant. Now, today was a great day in the stock market, everything's good, right? But you have to be cognizant, because you are, at the end of the day, playing with shiny cardboard. It's not metal. You can only do what you can do with a shiny piece of cardboard. Now, a lot of these shiny pieces of cardboard are absolutely stunningly beautiful, right? Like, come on. But at the end of the day, they're only as liquid as what your LCS is going to give with you, or what you can get on eBay. And I wouldn't even call eBay that much, like, in terms of you have to wait. Sure, you get your payout, disputes, yada-yada-yada. I mean, I would just say, hey, the liquidity of your Pokemon cards is very low. Now, again, I'm not saying this to be a fearmonger, to dissuade you from buying cards. I'm just telling you that there's some realities to this that I don't think people ever really think about. And this is a card game, first and foremost. That's why this game exists. This is why these packs, these cards exist, so you can play a game, right? If you couldn't play a game, it's the lifeblood of these TCGs. They're trading card games, not just trading cards. They're not TCs, they're TCGs, trading card games. So if the game isn't flourishing, that base, that the local LGS, the people getting together to put ranked decks together, I said ranked jank, whatever, they suck and they stink, decks together. Like, it's part of it's what makes all of this work. And so again, if you want to collect things, like if you like, and I'm not saying this is like I hate everybody rant. It's not. It's really just, I think we need to appreciate this, because like, we are in a golden era, playing with some of the most beautiful cardboard to ever exist on the planet, and I don't think we're appreciating it enough. That's what I'm saying. I think we need to. I'm going to start actively trying to play the game more. I've seen people on Twitter actively trying to play the game. That makes me so happy, and I think it's really what we owe this beautiful game, is to play it. And I think us playing the game, just like my logic on leaving stuff on the shelves for the kids, it not only helps you, but it helps the broader community, because you have a more active, involved, happy community. And in 10 years, when you, investor bro, decide you want to sell your cards, you're going to have a more happy, healthy, I would say stable market and community to sell into. If we play this game where we just all want to pump and dump cards, which I hate to say, it seems like the whole freaking market is a pump and dump, no one's going to end up happy in 10 years. So I'm not in this for tomorrow, next week, next month. I've already got 20 years into this. So as long as I'm breathing, I'm going to have some luxury cardboard. So I make this video for the purpose of warning you and also asking you to respect the game, respect the cards, and appreciate it because, well, we're pretty darn lucky to just be able to hold these beautiful pieces of shiny luxury cardboard every day. It's truly a luxury. So again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Go enter the giveaway. It's going to be live for about 2 days. We're giving away some Pokemon, Magic, and some sports cards. So again, go check out the channel. Subscribe here. Go follow us on X. We really appreciate you guys. Talk to you again real soon. Peace.